A lot of people believe that Black women are out here bitter. I don't think bitter is a perfect term for that. I think that's a mistake saying that. It's not that we're out here bitter. I promise you. When you leave your life into the hands of a gentleman, one that you think may provide or protect for you, and you get disappointed by that, maybe you get left to raise your children alone, maybe you get cheated on, maybe you get left when you're sick. These are all things that happen to women inside of relationships. I'm sure this type of thing has happened to men too. Men have been in situations where they have been left because they went broke, because their wife or girlfriend saw a man that she thought was better, because he fell ill and couldn't operate the way that she hopes he would for the rest of his life. Whatever the reason is, okay? When someone is still affected by that emotionally, you gotta have a level of empathy for them. And I think that's missing in the Black community. I think people in the world are missing that a lot right now because there's so many people that don't feel like they were ever loved. See, it's easy to speak negatively about people. Hell, I speak negatively about my deadbeat ass baby daddy all of the time. I'm with you on that one. I'm with you on that one because I'm still working. I'm still growing over here. I'm telling you, I just want to right in the throat, just chop his ass right in the throat. Non-violent, you're not supposed to be violent. You are a life coach. Get in touch with your inner Deepak Chopra. Okay, I'm back. It takes a lot more work to heal and to try to be a better person. It takes a lot more of yourself to understand that everybody is having a life experience and God's grace is for everyone. And we all sitting here learning from one another. So when you're seeing somebody acting in a behavior that, maybe something you can easily turn your nose up at, just try to step back a little bit and understand where they're coming from as a person. A lot of people don't tell you the truth about what they're thinking and they're feeling. A lot of times talking shit about somebody else on the internet is them venting because they don't have any other place to vent at. Nobody else is listening to them. Nobody else is hearing them talk about their pain or their frustration. So a lot of people who come off as bitter, a lot of them are just experiencing trauma. And the best way to cope with it is to take it out on the person who's closest to them or picking somebody on the internet to do that too. Now, I'm not making excuses for messed up behavior. I'm not. I'm just saying, when you have faith in yourself and a higher power, you get to choose hope for other people. You get to make up in your mind what your perception of reality is. Only when you respect that there is a higher power. Because once you respect that there is a higher power, you start realizing, okay, the grace that God gave me when I made a mistake and the forgiveness that God gave me is sufficient enough for me, right? It's sufficient enough for all of us. God is not giving it just to me. He's giving it to y'all. And there's a lot of people out there who've decided that they don't want to have respect for a higher power because they never had a reason to, or something bad may have happened, or they feel like, Father Sky is not something real. I think a power higher than our own, that pull that we feel when we want to accomplish something more than what we already have, if we're out here looking for love or if we want wealth, understanding that there is a power greater than us that we can tap into that will help us get those things. Help us actually get those things. But if you don't believe in it, life can be a little bit harder for you. It doesn't mean you won't be happy because at the end of the day, happiness is a choice. But one thing I can say that everybody who is successful, what we have in common is that we all tend to have a level of respect for a power higher than our own. And we have a calling on our lives and a purpose. And usually it has something to do with helping other people understand their own personal calling or purpose. So when we fall short of that, and sometimes we're frustrated or we're upset or we're sad, and we may start acting out in a certain way, it kind of makes it easier for us to look at other people with love and support and understanding when they behave in a way that we may not approve of. So before you start classifying somebody as bitter when you see them hurt or sad or angry, think about the last time you were any of those and what did you do? When you were sad, how did you act? You may not have acted as bad, but you did something. You got to understand that you yourself had to actively pull yourself out of sadness. Some people have a hard time doing that. And once you understand that you can't control people the same way you don't want somebody to control you, the better your life gets. I mean, put something in the comment section if you agree, because I know you have an experience or something that you can talk about that's relative to what I'm saying. I know you hear me though, but talk to me. Oh, you think I won't understand you? Watch this. All right, what else I want to fucking talk about?